So I know I already released a video today, but we got some big news from the Festival of Madness today, and that was the introduction of a brand new card. It was kind of a surprise. It is part of a bundle. The new card is the Cheesemancer. This is a 5-cost neutral Imperial, and it's a 4/4, and it says at the start of the game, Cheesemancer gains the abilities of a random creature from Isle of Madness. Now, this is really interesting because this means we get to see the text, right, or at least the abilities of a number of creatures that are going to exist in the upcoming Isle of Madness expansion before the expansion. This is, in many ways, going to kind of reveal some potentially interesting things. Now, the bundle, if you are interested in purchasing it, also gives you some packs, and it will either cost you 2,000 gold or $10 US. If you're in a different nation, use a different currency, the amount might be a little bit different because of the way international stuff works, sadly. But yeah, 2,000 gold, $10 US. You do get premium copies of this Cheesemancer, so if you're like me and you like shiny stuff, that's good news. I actually think that the card looks pretty neat here with the glowing cheese, but you might be asking yourself, well, what are some of the abilities that this thing could get? Well, I'm not going to go through every one that's been revealed, but I am going to release a handful. These are screenshots that have been collected by other members of the community, and I'm mostly going to showcase these because I think these are some of the more interesting ones, and I think they'll be fun to keep an eye out for when Isle finally does release. So we're going to start with one that is the immunity one. Apparently there's going to be a creature that says immune to lethal, immune to shackle, your opponent can't target it with actions. And you can see the screenshot of that up now on the Cheesemancer, so who knows what that's going to be on, but that sounds like a pretty powerful creature. Then there's one that I think is rather interesting for a couple of reasons. This one has summon, battle an enemy creature, and then when Cheesemancer, in this case, takes damage, she deals that much damage to you. Now, that second part might sound like a drawback, but Prophecy decks, specifically Prophecy Battle Mage, in the past have always looked for ways to kind of damage themselves, to trigger their prophecies. So this ability set is worth keeping an eye on, because if it ends up in Strength or Intelligence, and it can fit into Prophecy Battle Mage, and again, depending on cost and stats and so forth, this could be used there. I actually think this is a really interesting mechanic, because it is both allowing you to like play removal essentially and damage yourself. So again, we don't know what that creature will be, but I think the ability is interesting enough that you should keep an eye out for it. Next up, we have one that I think will be just full of memes. Pilfer. Reduce the cost of the top card of your deck by 3. That is very reminiscent to me of the Distiller, right? That has the Pilfer gain 3 Magicka this turn, except this only affects the top card. But because it reduces the cost of the card, this might be a cheeky way of getting things that cost 3 or less to cost 0 and trigger market or other effects. So I think there's a lot of interesting things with cost reduction that you can do. So again, keep an eye out for this creature when Isle launches, because I think that'll be neat. There's also Summon. Draw an item of your choice from your deck. So this is just flat out a tutor. I have to imagine this is going to be a really powerful, probably expensive card. Maybe not Laneth level, because that lets you find any card. This is just an item, but if you've been playing Legends, you know that there are some really powerful items. Like, even if this just fetches Dawnbreaker most of the time or whatever, that might just be good enough, right? There are some good items, and that's not counting anything that we might see in the expansion as well. So this is a card I'm going to keep an eye out for when Isle releases. And then the last one I wanted to mention, because I think that the mechanic is really interesting, and it will look very familiar if you played like Magic the Gathering or something like that, for example. This says, only one creature in this lane can attack each turn. So this is something that can really slow down some go wide strategies. Now, even more so interesting is that this particular text doesn't have the word guard on it. So depending on the colors that this creature resides in, this could make guard decks actually be semi-relevant. If you can put this in a lane and then protect it with guards, and your opponent has to go through those guards to get this off the board. Now granted, it'll still be susceptible to hard removal, to silence. There will be ways around it, right? But guards are not as effective as they used to be back when the game first released. There was a time when Hive Defender was one of the best cards in the game just because of its stats and its big body with guard, right? And has, I mean, it still sees play, right? But it has not had the same impact that it used to have. It used to be a bane of the game in many ways. So something like this could make guards rush back to the forefront, right? Like the old guard.deck version of Spellsword where you're running, you know, Barrow Stalker into Dark Guardian into Hive Defender into Phalanx. Could be more fun with a Cheesemancer or whatever card this Cheesemancer is copying. So anyway, that's just a handful. There's going to be more. If you purchase the pack, throw Cheesemancer in a deck and go exploring. See what you can uncover. I'm sure that, you know, Reddit and Twitter will be on fire with a bunch of other examples, but these were some of the ones I thought were thought-provoking, so I wanted to share them. Also, I wanted to give this PSA. As I'm recording this, there was about 44 hours left, so it looks like this one actually might be offered for 2 days instead of a 24-hour window, given that this is potentially the only way to get this card, because when you have this card in your collection, it specifically says Festival of Madness card 2018. This might be the only way you can get this for some time, so it's generous that they gave you 2 days. It's also worth mentioning that they specifically said Festival of Madness and not calling this, you know, some other one-time card. Maybe we'll see more cards for the Festival of Madness. Maybe we'll see something on Christmas. Maybe we'll see something else. If anything, though, this means that I am more excited about this festival. The festival's already been great, picked up some great deals. But now that we know that there is at least the possibility that we could see new cards, new content dripping in through this festival as well, I'm just excited. You know, bravo Bethesda and Sparky. This is a very pleasant surprise. So anyway, this is your PSA. If you want to get this Cheesemancer and check it out, you've got roughly, you know, 40 hours, because I don't know how long it's going to take for this to edit and get uploaded. So a couple of days. Log in, check it out. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.